Shell Skate Park, you're likely to see ollies and kick flips. But siblings Laura and Mike Bronson are trying to add another element to skateboard culture in their city: Jesus.
Our faith isn't just Sunday mornings at church or Tuesday nights at youth group. Our faith is every single minute of our lives. Why wouldn't I want to bring that with me when I go skateboarding?
Laura is co-founder of Keep It Real, a skateboard team and graffiti crew taking the message of Jesus to skaters.
In our youth group, how many people walked away from God?
Lots.
A lot of people, a lot of our close friends, and it actually broke our heart a lot.
I remember we were just so frustrated. We need to create something that helps prevent people from walking away from the church. We need to create something that reaches youth to the point where they'll actually be changed for God.
And for the Bronsons, there's no better way to do that than to bring their faith to the skate park.
Ever since we were young, we've just always been skateboarding. That's just honestly all I remember, just being a little girl, learning how to ollie and kickflip and whatever. So that's our passion and our dream. And then also it's honestly a huge thing right now in our culture.
Yeah, especially the city we live in, there's just skateboarding everywhere. We go in and DJ and graffiti and possibly breakdance and skateboard. This could actually be a way of reaching our culture. So why not be effective?
The name Keep It Real comes from a conversation Laura says she had with God.
But I remember I was just alone somewhere, and I just really felt God speaking to my heart, saying Laura, you need to keep it real. You need to actually live out your faith and practice it, not just say it.
The ministry began as a clothing line.
First it was shirts, that was our main thing, printing shirts. We didn't actually think that they would sell, we just kind of made them, but people actually started buying them, people from other cities, and wearing them.
But through t-shirt sales and partnering with local churches and youth groups, Keep It Real expanded, rolling into communities across the country.
We put on skateboard competitions at local skate parks, and really we'll just kind of go with a couple free skateboards and whatever, and we'll let kids come sign up. We'll do the competition, have judges there, whatever. We give out the free prizes and all that. But normally at the very end, one of us tries to just get up, share our testimony. It doesn't have to be something long, but maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just about our life story of how we're changed radically just through Jesus Christ.
The key to sharing their faith, Mike says, is relationships.
And I know that's cliche, I know everyone says that, but it's true. If you go up in front of all these people you don't know and say, hey, I have something to say, they don't care, they're not listening. But if you take the time, invest in a relationship with them, have a conversation with them, be real with them, and you go up and say, hey, I have something to say. Yeah. They're gonna stop and listen. They're gonna say, oh, that's the guy I just talked to for 5 minutes. He actually seemed like a legit guy. He actually seemed like he cared. Yeah. I'll listen to what he has to say.
Matt Hutchison is one of those youth.
I got connected with Keep It Real through Mike and Laura and Tim. I've known them for a long time. They came to me with this idea of Keep It Real, and I thought it was a great idea.
Traveling and doing demos with Keep It Real, Hutchison says the team has made a difference in his life.
Being around Keep It Real, it's really helped me just to stay positive. Everyone's so positive. There's never really, I honestly can't even think of one time where we've really been in a fight on a trip or anything. It's always, we're all friends. It's always good times, which is great.
Laura and Mike Bronson admit skaters often get a bad rep, especially with those outside the culture. But that's something they're trying to change.
To just try and break that mold, you don't let people look down on you. Even with graffiti, a lot of people, as soon as I tell them I'm a graffiti artist, you are and you're a Christian, but I just tell them right away, I don't paint places where I'm not allowed. I only paint with permission.
Yeah, and it's exciting too, because sometimes you skateboard downtown Toronto and a security guard will come and say, hey, you guys can't skateboard. Instead of saying, oh, forget you, we're gonna skateboard, we'll shake their hand and say, oh, sorry about that, we'll move on. And it's cool because we actually get to be a positive example to the younger students, right? And I think that's what Keep It Real is about.
But it's not just about disproving stereotypes for those outside the culture, Laura says. The ministry also wants to change the status quo within the skateboarding community.
I can tell you stories after stories of just younger people even just asking me questions yeah, why don't you get high? Everyone just left right now, and you might be the only one left at the park for that few minutes or something. But just telling them yo, I'm happy right now, I don't need to go get that. I think just by being loud in what you actually believe in, living out your morals, it actually makes a difference. One more.
And though they're having a lot of fun, Mike says sharing the message of Jesus and making that difference, especially in the lives of youth, is what matters most to this team.
Because as important as it is to have skateboarding reaching out, Skateboarding isn't going to save someone's life. Doing graffiti isn't going to save someone's life. God is going to save someone's life. The good news about Jesus Christ, that's what's going to save someone's life. So as long as we're relying on God to save people, and as long as we're in prayer and relying on God's power to reach out to the lost, I think that's when real change is going to happen.
For more information on Keep It Real and to find out how this happened, visit 100huntley.com. In Burlington, Ontario, Bridget, Antwi, 100 Huntley Street.
That's how we